Hi, and welcome to another edition of the Guide Roundtable. My name is Ryan Anderson. I'm with Wyoming Fly Fishing, and we're going to talk about the fishing this week here in central Wyoming. I've had a great week, been doing a lot of guide trips. I've been fishing that trico hatch in the morning, and it's been killer, man. Tricos everywhere. So throwing some dry flies. You got to get up early. You want to be out there. Out there pretty early, and don't want to be out there when it's hot. So we're starting, quite a bit earlier than we normally do, and fishing hoppers. Yeah, I said it. Hoppers. Hoppers are working, and so yeah, let's get with these guides and see how their week's been going. Fred,
Yeah, man.
how was the fishing this week, buddy?
It's good. Fishing's awesome. I spent the beginning of the week for a few days over doing trips in Thermont, throwing hoppers. But it was just lights out. That's an amazing river right now. And those fish are up on everything. Tricos in the morning, hoppers all day. I was running about a size 12 or 14 chubby Chernobyl and an Amy's Ant with a McGruber underneath it in the morning, and then I'd switch over in the afternoon, either run some sort of caddis, PMD. I ran a tungstone later. They were just way into it. Watched a ton of big browns, cutthroats, and rainbows eat a dry in gin clear water. Doesn't get any cooler than that. As far as the reef goes, the Bureau of Rec's been playing with the water flows a little bit. They're down. They bumped it down to 2,500. It was up at 3,000. We're not sure why they're doing that. It hasn't hurt the fishing at all. Our trico hatch over here is just insane. It's clouds kind of blocking out the sun early in the morning with tricos. And if you know what to use and where to fish, you can catch a fish on a hopper dropper all day over here right now. It's kind of my favorite time of the year, June and July. Those summer months where we have a lot of opportunities of where we can go and what we can throw is a pretty special time, both here on the Platte and on the Wind River.
So Craig, where's your guide bag at, bud?
I wish I could tell you, Ryan. Had a tragic event happen to me on the drive over to Thermop, and my Sims gear bag is in the back of someone's truck, or I don't know where it is.
Retail value about $10,000, folks. So if you're on that highway, please return poor Craig's guide bag because he needs it. And we'll also accept donations. If you got some really good flies that you want to mail to poor Craig, who's guiding out of the rusty flies in his anchor rope, go ahead and send those to our fly shop.
Yeah, it's sad. A lot of bugs, a couple reels, chew. Yeah. So if you find it,
Is there a reward?
no, just give it to me.
So Will, you had a big week, man. You've been throwing some dry flies, huh?
Tricos in the morning on this rig that I learned from a fellow guide called the Magic Rig. It's a little easier to fish a small dry because I'm fishing a bigger dry further beyond the small dry, so you can actually see that small dry better. When you're looking towards the big dry, it's kind of in your line of vision instead of being beyond it and a little harder to see. So it makes things a little bit easier. Throughout the day, after the tricos in the morning, I'm still fishing a lot of PMD patterns and patterns that I'm big on versatility, patterns that I think can pass as caddis patterns as well, and sometimes a couple of them maybe even yellow Sally patterns, but called PMDs, but it's a little bit of versatility to them. It's kind of been my thing.
Nice. What do you see happening this next week?
Much of the same. It's going to be hot and dry. We're going to have a couple cooler days this weekend, which is going to be kind of nice little break from the heat wave we've had this week. Still hot and dry though, so I think a lot of the same. Although Craig talked about the flows dropping a little bit, I think that'll open up some stuff a little bit more, maybe a little bit more color downstream, and I'll start venturing down a little bit more. It's kind of been my line of thought and what to anticipate, what I'm thinking to anticipate anyway.
Getting down below Bessemer Bend Bridge.
Yeah, we did a couple of evening floats and definitely enough clarity to do some streamer fishing in the evening, so that's a possibility with some trips. Beyond that, still think hitting it earlier in the morning when that water temperature is still a little bit cooler might be a good idea.
Nice, nice. All right, thanks, Will.
Yes, sir.
all those fish.
So, Greg, how was your week, man?
It was really good. Started off Saturday. Client wanted to fish over in Thermopolis. I wasn't really excited about it because I'd been over there earlier and the fishing was kind of slow. And I got over there and I saw that they had dropped the river flows by about 500 CFS. And the fish were on the banks feeding on tricos and chubby Chernobyls. I'm sure that there was a chubby Chernobyl hatch. As many fish as we caught on that chubby Chernobyl.
Yeah.
I had one guy in the boat for a solid 2 hours in the morning, just catch fish. All he had to do was cast, and he had a fish on.
Nice.
And he kept saying the bottleneck was me taking them off the hook.
Yeah, I was slowing him down.
And so yesterday I fished upper Gray Reef area and fished really well. Gray Reef to Lusby is fishing really well. PMDs, yellow sallies. I thought it slowed down a little bit in the afternoon, but the morning was incredible. Today I fished again the upper North Platte of Gray Reef, and the fishing was solid all day long. We probably hooked up on 80 fish today.
Wow.
On PMDs and yellow sallies, which are the Mercer's Poxy back and bars emerger. And then in the afternoon I've been running a fly called the Redemption, and that was the hot fly for me this afternoon.
Nice.
But in the morning I'm running a Mayhem midge that I color blue, just to get it dark like a trico.
Perfect.
Seems to be the pattern to have.
Yeah. So they dropped the water just a little bit.
Yeah, they dropped it this week from 3,000 to 2,500.
You think that's going to get some of these lower sections fishing a little bit better?
It sure did clear up.
Yeah.
It did clear up well.
Nice and clear behind Red Butte Ranch.
Yeah, and really clear behind Red Butte Ranch.
Nice, nice.
So.
Streamers?
We're due.
Yeah.
So I haven't done it yet, but.
Perfect. All right, well, thanks, Greg.
Yep.